Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to yours truly, Real Talk Podcast. Coming to you live is your host, Izzy. Got my co-host,
G-Mave.
And got my new boy,
Matty Ice.
Yeah, we got the third here. He's not new, but he's new to the cast. So this is the first time that we're doing a three-man cast. So I'm very excited. We're just chilling, so it's gonna be a good time. So yeah.
Does anyone have any topics?
Not really. I mean,
how do you get your hair to look like that, Ice?
honestly, I
That's
don't
crazy.
really do shit.
You got the curls.
Basically, what it is I just go take a normal shower,
Yep.
and I just use this special shampoo and conditioner that Alyssa recommended me. And I think it's like,
Does it have sea salt in it?
no, it's made for like curly hair, so it's got like coconut oil and shit like that, and it's stuff to like help keep my curls and obviously condition them. That's why I have a conditioner.
Right.
But it just basically helps them keep curled because my hair's always been like this, dude.
Yeah.
It's just either it gets big or it gets small.
Well, I like how you've controlled it.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a little wild, but it's okay.
Well, I noticed you shave the side and leave more of the top, but before you used to kind of do just one thing all around. So
It used to be fucking.
It was like the same
cut.
shape.
Yeah.
Now it gives less mullet, or not mullet, afro.
Afro vibes.
Right,
definitely. It looks good. I remember I used to walk the fro. Whoo, y'all remember back in 8th grade, bro? Oh my gosh.
You had the eraser tip.
So I'm talking about the eraser tip. I remember when I didn't know how to style my hair because I grew up with all white. Like my whole family's white, so no one taught me anything about African American culture, especially with like my hair. I didn't know none of it. So I remember I was trying to mimic like the short on the side and the long on the top, but I never cut the side short. So I used to just gel the fuck out of my sides, bro.
I think I do remember.
And I used to just try to do it, and it used to never always take. So like one side would just be poofier than the other, and it was always just like, I was lopsided.
That's
bro.
Why I called it like the eraser tip, because it was like flat. It was like a flat top. Like if Applebee's hair just grew up.
Just grew straight up.
Yeah.
There was a second I was doing the broccoli cut though for a second back in like senior year.
Oh yeah.
It got its shape, yeah.
It started turning more broccoli. I don't honestly think that my hair started like defining itself until way after I graduated. I don't think it was until like I was like 20 that I started.
Me either, because I got shit haircuts for $10 at your local barber shop.
Dude, you
should.
Gage, if anybody had a shitty haircut, bro, it was my dad. I have a picture on his license, bro. He's got the afro, but it's like afro, dog. Like straight
70s.
up like this, dude. Like out to here. I was like, jeez.
Your dad reminds me of a 70s porn star, bro. He had the long, perfect gray hair, bro. Always gelled like a mobster.
No,
was shirtless 90% of the time.
You wanna know what's funny? He didn't have no hair gel.
Really?
Never used hair gel.
What? That was his natural.
Yeah, it was flat and curled.
That's hard, bro. And it always had like a shine to it. It was never dirty, but it always had like a glaze. So it looked nice. And
swear to God, I asked him if he ever used anything. No.
No.
I think honestly, I think it was the smoking that caused like his hair to like flatten.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah. So basically, what happens is when you get older and you keep smoking, your blood vessels in your body start to constrict, and it starts at your extremities, but it can start at your head too, and it causes your hair follicles to start to gray faster and start to be, I guess what you could say is less effective.
Right.
You want to see
like they're not as resilient as they were when you were younger.
Absolutely.
I'm shouting out vapes. Benefits of nicotine.
Are we talking about this? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh my God,
dude, there's been studies.
It can help you live longer, bro.
Yeah, there are studies that it can improve, like just nicotine itself by itself can I think it can
improve
like,
concentration in the memory, so like it gets rid of like a lot of your risk of dementia and Alzheimer's, and like they've actually done studies. It does help you live like it's not crazy
Aren't
longer.
vapes like
it's
the
just,
closest thing you can get to pure nicotine?
No.
There's-
Probably your dips. Probably like
Oh,
a
really?
nicotine
There's
pouch.
Nick,
Yeah.
there's Nick Salt pouches that they do, I think.
Mm-hmm. There's like Zins and all that
Yeah,
other
but I don't
stuff,
want to
and-
do that shit. I don't want to risk getting
There's,
jaw
like-
cancer.
Well,
like,
yeah,
and shit
exactly.
Well,
like that.
that's
Fuck that.
that's where you get the nicotine pouch. Where I think like the Zins. Don't quote me because it could be completely wrong. The Zins
Yeah.
are better because it's in a pouch and it's nicotine. It's not chewing tobacco. Because the chewing tobacco is what they put like the fiberglass.
Oh,
in,
yeah,
and it's
okay,
the
okay,
tobacco
okay.
and
Yep,
all
yep.
like
That makes sense. That makes
Yep.
sense because they wouldn't need to do that in a pouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they still do put some long cut and some chew in pouches because it makes it cleaner and some people prefer it because it's just way easier to pop it in
Right.
than fucking
Yeah, pretty much. That's
Right.
packing a can and shit.
yeah. Instead of freaking pulling the old fucking
Just
Jesse kids on the fucking school bus. I remember.
Matt put in a dip for fuck, dude. 30, 40 seconds. He was buzzing so hard he fucking had to throw it out.
I had to.
He was gonna get sick
thought
on the
I was, yeah, I literally thought I was gonna like pass out. I was so
First
short
dip.
of breath, and it was literally like fucking.
Nah, you gotta
Felt
talk
like I had
about
an adrenaline shot. Jesus Christ.
the edible you ate that was made with resin.
Oh my.
Rosin. And Matt thought he was gonna die.
All right. This is after a really great story. So this is just after I'm getting done tripping off of like 7 tabs of acid.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know if you guys want to talk about this here. But
Hey, that's
like,
fine, bro. Real talk podcast,
Dude,
bro.
I had woken up out of like, basically, it was the most comfortable nap I'd ever taken in my life.
Yeah.
Because it was literally like I had closed my eyes and I woke up in the morning. Like literally, like it felt like I blinked and I woke up. And
refreshed.
yeah, and I didn't even just sleep. And freaking Willie comes down to the basement and he's like, "Hey, I got these brownies that fucking Kyle Chase gave me. You want to try one?"
Were they brownies or were they Rice
No,
Krispies?
they were Rice Krispies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give them a try. Literally tried like a bite, and I don't normally mess with like edibles because that shit hits me hard. But this specific thing that Willie gave me hit me so hard, I literally thought I was going to fucking die.
That's so bad.
Like literally.
I could just see Ice panicking, fucking.
And there's no way to get on high, bro.
Yeah, and I literally was just like, dude, I'm fucking freaking out. I don't know what's going on. I need to fucking chill the fuck out. And literally, the first thing I do is just, I tried falling back asleep, and I could literally just hear all of like,
Everything.
yeah, like literally everything. And
Oh.
it felt like it was so much, and I just had to like go and do something. And I ended up like walking around like manically down at the basement of the outhouse, just like trying to work off that shit while talking to Caleb and fucking Willie about shit. And then after about, I want to say about 2 hours, I passed the fuck out like I had never passed out in my life.
Gone. Dead.
Done.
Done. Ice was spent.
So done.
I remember the one time I didn't know Ice was tripping, and I sent him a scary video on TikTok. It was
Dude,
like
it's like, yo.
a dude doing a
That shit
backflip
happened.
and kicking he like kicks a soccer ball, and then he does a backflip, and as he lands, it like speeds up, and he crawls towards the camera, and his like face distorts.
Oh, dude.
I wish I could have seen like a third-person view of like Ice opening that, just tripping and fucking
Yeah,
tweaking
no,
out.
that's crazy.
It wasn't that bad, but it would scare the shit out of me. Like I got.
I feel like we're all strong enough as people, like willpower enough, like to where like we could differentiate in our minds, like, yeah, that was scary, but it's just a video.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, we're not
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, no, I've never been like tweaked out. The most that'll get me is like when like the war shit pops up on like TikTok, and you see like Israel
Fucking
getting
rocks
hit
on my
with-
pizza. I've been messed up, bro.
Dude, you said every time you close your eyes, you see Bloody Mary.
Yeah, bro, that
shit
shit
was
was
scary.
Yeah, bro, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah,
And I opened my eyes and I could like still like see like a faint like outline of her. I was like, nigga, I need hell no. I was like, I know it's not real, but like I was like, bro. And then and then there was rocks on my pizza. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, bro. I gotta go home.
I was just straight not having a good time.
No, I was not.
Dude, literally the rocks on my pizza, bro. I was about to say we gotta talk about that.
Yes, so the rocks on my pizza story. Okay, so where this comes from, right, is so this man's older brother said he had some weed to smoke. So we're like, okay. And this is like
what it's called.
we're like 16. So we're like early in the year. This is like the third time. This is like the second time I've ever smoked in my life.
I think it was the first time.
No, it was the second time. So that's how I knew something was going wrong because like the first time it didn't go anything like that.
Yeah, bro.
So so I'm smoking and everything's fine. You know, I don't really know much about it. I don't really know what weed like was supposed to like look like. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like or you know, I just know what it's supposed to feel like. So we had smoked and everything was fine, and I'm kind of late, you know. It was a little different of a high, but you know, I was chilling, you know. I didn't even feel anything was different too much. Then I started getting tired, man, and then like I tried to lay down, and like, dude, like I kept seeing like Bloody Mary everywhere I was looking, like in my eyes, like I just kept seeing her everywhere. I was like with my eyes closed, and then I'd open my eyes and I'd see her silhouette. I'd be like, oh, bro, I gotta get out of here. So then everyone comes up with a great grandiose idea. Let's order pizza, and I'm like, bet. Because at least that'll get my mind off of this, you know, I'm dealing with. Yeah, literally. So I'm going to eat some pizza. And I could still hear all your guys' voices in the back. So, like, I knew it was okay. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't in a dream. So, like, I knew everything was fine. I could still hear you guys. I could just visually see how they whatever. Mm-hmm. So, then we get the pizza. And so we get the pizza. We order the pizza. We get it. We eating it. And I didn't get up because I was just dead. And I'm like, bro, can y'all bring me a piece of pizza?
Dude,
and
he
like,
looks so slumped.
I don't even think he picked up his head the whole time, bro. He was just like,
no, I didn't, bro. I was just gone. And I didn't look at the pizza. I didn't get to see the toppings on the pizza. I just assumed it was a pepperoni pizza. So they give me the pizza, my eyes are closed, staring at Bloody Mary, trying to eat a fucking pepperoni pizza. And I just bite into what I could only assume was a fucking rock because it almost broke my teeth. It almost shattered my teeth. Like I didn't want to bite down on it because I felt like it was going to shatter every tooth I had in my mouth. Come to find out, it was the little square, like, pre-cut pieces of bacon. And them Johns were just so overcooked that they were just so rock hard that I thought they were rocks. And my response to all of this is, did you guys put rocks on my pizza?
Dude, we couldn't even believe it.
They were like, wait, what? And I was just like, no, bro, I'm serious. Like, did you put rocks in my pizza? That's fucked up. That's not funny. Like, dude, I started going off. Like, I knew I could die from shit like that. Like, that's not fucking funny. This is what you guys do to your friends when you're out and you're like, bro, what? There's no fucking rocks on your pizza. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is on my pizza?
Dude, Matt's mom caught us one time. I think Brian was with us.
Dude, I think he was.
Yeah, Brian's sitting there all fucking clapped out. I'm laying on the couch. So I'm laying on the couch, and behind me is the staircase. Yeah. Like where they'd walk down. So Matt walks down, and he goes, she knows. What? Like, this is after we just get done bacon. It's fucking stinking in there. I'm like, what? How does she know? And he goes, she's right here. I pick up my head, and she's standing right behind me, looking right at me, bro.
It's like straight out of my fucking comic
fucking eyes are all cross-eyed red.
Dude, you're literally so proud.
Matt sat in the chair that night for like 6 hours after that. Just looking, not sleeping, bro. Just pissed. And so baked and pissed. We're like, Matt, you good? Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
You sleeping? No, I'm not sleeping. Yeah, but they just wouldn't talk, bro.
Oh my gosh,
Low
that's
key mad as
great.
hell, bro.
I don't remember like getting caught smoking. I don't know if I ever did. I don't remember what it was like.
I'm surprised.
No, I don't think I got caught smoking until I was like 17. Like I was almost 18 by the time I got caught smoking. Like I'd already been smoking for like so long. So by the time they caught on, I was like, I don't care. I was like, I'm not changing my lifestyle because you guys are just now figuring it out. Like that's not my problem. Like it's not.
I went to go smoke one time at my grandma's.
Oh.
So Aunt Tammy was on the couch, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna wrap everything in the towel and act like I'm going to take a shower. And Aunt Tammy's sleeping, so I'm like, this is a perfect shot. We turn on the shower, open the window. I'm smoking. I got the towel under like the door, and all of a sudden, dude, I hear the hallway thing open up for the trash can, like as I'm fucking ripping, bro. And all I could think was like, they smell this shit, bro. This hallway reeks like dank right now. Or the time, fucking my grandma and my Aunt Tammy, they both left to the mall to go get their nails done.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we'll come back. We'll bring Panda Express, like we can eat and whatnot. And I had Josh come over. I had Appleby come over. So we smoke, bro. While they leave, and they were only gone for like 30 minutes. The motherfuckers sped around that shit. So we just got inside and we're fucking baked. And they pull up like a couple minutes after, and they walk in there, and my grandma's, it smells like skunk in here. Is there a skunk outside? And I was like, yeah, I smelled that too, like probably. And Appleby got chow mein noodles from Panda Express. Dude, he was sitting there. We're sitting at the table, all baked. Me, him, and my Aunt Tammy, my grandma, we probably just reek like pot, bro, sitting at the table. Fucking Josh is so high, keeps picking his noodles up, fall off like 5 or 6 times, bro. I'm laughing. My grandma pointed it out. She's like, yeah, Josh, if you're having trouble, you can have my rice. Like, bro, it's the funniest shit. Like we are so caught right now. We're fucking busted, bro.
That's like the time when I ran into my room with the bowl of cereal and Papa in the room. And like, gosh, what are you doing? And I'm just like,
the funniest shit.
Y'all didn't shut that door. I had 2 doors into my room. I had 2 entrances. And like the whole house was shaped like a square. So you could like theoretically go from this way to this way or this way to this way. So they were coming this way. So I'm like, dude, I'm just going to hit the dash and I'm going to go this way. And I hit the dash. I go this way. And I get in the room and they didn't shut my bedroom door. So I'm just like, she's like, what's going on here? And I'm just like, breakfast.
Dude, the funniest shit though was when we heard, because like we were all in the kitchen, me, you, and Joe. And then I heard, like, Nana's door open and some noise. And I look at Joe and did the Abunga face, bro. I look at him and he's just fucking... And he looks at me. He's like, matches me too. He's like, oh, shit. So I grab all my shit off the table because I know what's happening. I had, like, a drink and some shit. Run to the room. Joe runs behind me. We're laughing our asses off. And, yeah, we didn't shut the door. I'm sitting on the bed. And then Sean sprints in from the other door, cereal spilling everywhere. And Sean's Nana, like, meets him. She peeks his head in. She goes, what are you guys doing? And that just triggered me. I laughed even harder because I'm looking at Sean and Joe. And then she's like, yeah, can someone come clean up the milk they dropped? And Sean's like, yeah, it was Gage or Joe. That wasn't me. He was the only one with cereal. He's the only one that had milk. Bro, what? Boy just doesn't want to go out there. That was off the Miss Moneypenny series.
Yeah, we were gone, bro. I was fucking gone. I didn't feel like I could function around society.
I know, that's why I was like, dude, I just gotta dip back into the room and go back to Fortnite or YouTube, whatever it was.
Whatever we were doing at the time. Whatever we were doing, bro. It was great.
Dude, you remember the fucking one time, speaking of, like when we were at Grammy's house and we did codeine blunts with Brian and
oh my gosh,
dude,
yeah.
I think wasn't that the day we tried making a fort outside to try and smoke?
We made so the little fort in the back, like the swing set, it had like a couple levels to it and it was pretty cold outside. So I got to burp. So I hung up blankets around like the whole side, like a bunch of blankets. So like you could go in there and we could have slept in there if we really wanted to. It would have been cold as shit, but we could have done it. And we hotboxed it. And then I was putting all the blankets away, and my grandma was like, she was downstairs doing laundry, and she's like, "Why is my heated blanket down here?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I ruined it. I soiled the plan again." I'm like, I don't know. I thought I got it from down here. She goes, "No, that was on the couch. I've been looking for that."
Oh no.
I don't know.
I've been like, I got cold one night, Grandma. I'm sorry.
Miles. No, because this was back when like the basement wasn't like moved into or like I guess cleaned out and shit.
Dude, I can't believe your Aunt Tammy wanted you to clean that fucking
the water, bro. I know. I'm so glad I moved out when I did. Fuck. Our sub pump, we had inches of water down there, bro. Like it was bad. It didn't make it. It barely made it into my room. Like there was carpet on the edge of my room, and the rest was like floor. So like you could see it flooding, and then it'd get to mine, and like the edge of the carpet would soak it up. So 8% of my room was good.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
We're good.
Deal with this. Yeah. I moved out like that weekend, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Dude, that bitch was so petty. I was doing my laundry, and she just took it out mid-cycle of the washer because she had to do laundry. Like the washer was still going. It didn't even like complete its cycle. And she just threw the clothes on the ground all wet and shit. I'm like, yeah, this is why I gotta leave.
Yeah, that's unacceptable, bro.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck?
That's like unreal pettiness. Dude,
I remember I had to buy my own food back then too. That shit sucked. It was expensive.
yeah, bro. I mean, shit, everything's expensive nowadays. You could literally go to any place in here, like in Michigan, and everything's probably $2 of what it was.
Yeah,
10 years ago.
Any value meal. I have a video on my phone of these people at McDonald's in like 1990, and they ordered like a Big Mac, like a 10-piece nugget, a chocolate milk, a Happy Meal for their kid, a pop for themselves, a fish fillet. Yeah, it was like $10.49, and in today's market, it would have been like $32.
Yeah, literally.
It's ridiculous.
Yep, and then they want to see us. They want to look at us and be like, "Oh, yep, how you gonna do it? Yep, deal with it. How you gonna do it?
Work till you're 70.
Yeah,
Work till you drop.
That's crazy.
Everything's getting more expensive except wages.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Everything's increasing except for wages.
And it's terrible.
The amount of work even that you're required to do.
Absolutely.
Or required to do.
And the thing is everybody's expecting that everybody wants to work, but like under these conditions, really nobody wants to work.
No.
And like
Best thing we could do was save our COVID money.
yeah, exactly. We should. I should save
No,
my
the
COVID
best
money.
thing we should have did was invest in fucking crypto before the boom, bro.
I know. We would have
Yeah.
been fucking rich.
Set, bro.
Yeah, if we would have taken all that money, like the
during
20 Gs, and
when
then
the
just
GameStop
invested
shit happened.
and just invested it in the crypto, and then imagine what those 20 Gs would have been.
Bitcoin, Dogecoin, all that shit. Like if I was smarter, I would have hopped on the wave of. That was how I first learned about stocks, and I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm still grateful for it. Like I got some money in Robinhood and shit, but it's not as much as it was that crypto boom, bro. It was like a break in the
I don't
fucking
think Pi is
matrix.
real.
Definitely
Pi?
not as much as FanDuel either.
No, Pi is definitely real, but it's not a it hasn't went public.
Right.
So it's.
I don't think it'll ever go public. I think I know what they're doing. I think they're just letting people just. It's like as far as I look at it right
Ad
now,
clicker.
it's just a game.
Cookie clicker.
It's just like you
Yeah.
just go through and you watch ads for them. They all get paid for their ads and promise that you're gonna get something. You get to watch this magical number keep getting bigger in hopes that it's gonna pay out. And then
Well, that's what I think
never
is
does.
a lot of that is what's going to fund their company. Like a lot of like you going on there and clicking like the stuff and like ad time and like downloads and stuff. It's all it really is like making their company bigger so then they can have like the money. But yet like because the Earth's in such not the Earth, the world's in such a weird state. Like we're trying to go to that cashless society and people know that, and so there's like. Whether what crypto sticks, I mean, Bitcoin's easily the biggest, but like, I feel like it went up and then it plummeted, and then it like now it's like stabled off. Like you can still buy things with Bitcoin and shit, but it's not.
But it's
like,
not as ubiquitous as cash.
I'm not gonna go to the store and I don't have a Bitcoin card on me where I can just slide it in a machine.
They have Bitcoin at Jan's.
What's a Bitcoin ATM? But like, I don't even know if that's. I've never used that. Like, a Bitcoin is worth like 35,000 now.
Right
so
now.
like, yeah.
Like, dude, you're gonna be, if you plan on buying groceries, you're gonna be using like 0.001 of a Bitcoin to buy groceries.
Right. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
And how would that work?
Exactly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. No, that's crazy. Man.
Oh, this is what I wanted to tell you about because we talked about it. There's gonna be, you're gonna have like a chip, or you're gonna have a social score assigned to your name, and you're only gonna be allowed certain like amounts of this and that, like certain amount of gas a week, certain amount of food a week. Like, you'll have a score attached to your name too. China was testing it out, like good and bad. So like,
Yeah, I
to
heard
enter
about
in,
that.
yeah, like say you got a ticket, and so
It would drop like your score.
yeah, and now you can't go into this restaurant or you can't go into this mall because you're a low score or have a
Seriously.
low score, and like, yeah.
That's crazy. You know, I ain't trying to be like that. I'm trying to get out of the system. I'm trying to get out.
Sounds a lot like that. Kind of sounds like I don't know what it is. I think it's like, don't quote me on it, but I think it's like either bureaucratism or fascism or something like that, where they want you to do whatever they want. They want you to fall in line, basically.
Right.
I think it is fascism, but I could be wrong.
Because I think something about fascism, because
Yeah,
they
I think it is
they
fascism.
they don't like the involvement of new information.
They like to be complete control.
Oh, did you see? Speaking of fascism, did you see the Chernobyl thing? The movie franchise thing that they made. Did you see
The
it?
horror one?
No, so
The
it's like
one with zombies?
no, so it's like a documentary.
Oh,
it was
no.
based off of Chernobyl, and it had like all the paid actors and stuff, and it showed like what happened based on the accounts of like the people.
elephant's foot.
No, like literally starting from like 15 minutes before the explosion. Like that's where the I guess the movie starts, and it tracks like the whole thing, like months after, even when they're like trying to
Move out. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Well,
and
I
get
think they
everyone
moved out
evacuated.
like before months, but
dude, and literally they would have literally let millions of people die just because they would have ran the same system that they've always ran and said that it's perfect because
it's safe because they
yeah.
don't want to
Yeah, they-
lose all the money by closing down the
also,
plant, moving, and
also at the
we'll
same
test it.
time
We'll risk 100,000 people's lives.
yeah, and also at the same time they had like 12 other reactors that were the same type as the one that blew up in Chernobyl. And they were scattered across Russia, and they had one thing that they didn't like to be, and it's still occurring nowadays. They don't like to be embarrassed.
Right.
And they'll
Space
like,
race.
You saw that South Africa?
oh yeah. No, India.
India trying to fake that they were we on the moon.
Dude, it was the worst graphic I've ever seen. Looked like a Nintendo 64 video game. I've seen like better graphics on the 64 than what they
They're trying
had.
to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looked like 8-bit.
oh my god.
Like 8-bit fucking E.T. Go home.
E.T.
Yeah, literally. E.T. Phone home.
That's what I call myself at work. I'm
E.T..
just trying to go the fuck home. E.T.
Oh, dude,
I got someone we call Blister. Shows up when the work's done.
There was one thing I seen. It was first thing I do when I clock in is I hide, because they always say good workers are hard to find, and I'm a good worker. Dude, man, the world's so different from what it used to be, man.
I know.
It's fucking crazy.
My parents had it good, and they don't realize it. But they
Yeah.
had it good.
They really did have it
like
good.
the amount of stuff that we have to do to try to like
Now,
compete
yeah.
and sustain, like it's crazy. Like I agree with the with a lot of like what people say, like, oh, it's never been easier to stand out as a man, like because like there's not any man doing anything. But I also disagree, because I also feel like it's never taken more as an individual though to stand out.
Well, that's the
Like-
thing back then too. Is you like to stand out, you'd have to go to shows, and like you have to build yourself up here, and then go around to town and get on TV.
Yeah,
But now,
exactly.
like social media, like everyone's posting videos and everyone's like,
everyone's trying to be famous.
Yeah. Yep. So it's just a giant, like nowadays it's a giant competition.
Yeah. And
yeah, and I just think like that's the unfortunate part about it is it's like, okay,
oversaturated.
It really is, and like you have this thing where it's like, okay, like I look at it like everything I've done. Like, I mean, just from like the podcast, the gaming, the PC, the music, just the vlogging, all the equipment. And I'm like, I've had to do all of that just to try to like prove and stand out.
Yep.
Nobody else, like in a comparison in this area, like no one's really doing the same thing. So like that's awesome. But like in a comparison of like what it takes yourself individually, it's like I could still be yours like until I get to that place. So it's like it's crazy. Like people want to be like, oh yeah, it's so easy to stand out, so easy to stand out. But like they don't want to talk about how hard you still have to work though. Yeah. Like they don't want to talk about how much investing you still have to make and how much time and sacrifice you have to put in. Like I think like that's like the part that people don't want to like they sugarcoat because like what I've found is, and this is what I genuinely believe, I don't think that like a lot of those people that are up there like in the top spots really and genuinely in the bottom of their hearts want people like me and you to succeed. I think they want people to think that they can succeed, and if you slip through the cracks and you actually figure it out, well, good for you.
Two-faced,
right? Yeah, they'll be two-faced. They'll be like, oh, well, good for him. He was an alpha male. He made it. That's a guy I should have on my team now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
I seen on Brad Martin's podcast, Sarah Safari, she was talking about how like she posts her reels, and it was something to where like she found out it did better numbers, and Brad was like, hold up, like, are you sure you want to share that? Like, just hiding it.
Right.
Because, like, you don't want more people to know about it because it's better for her. And
right.
That's
like, what I'm saying. Like,
she's like, no, I don't care. Man. Tell everybody.
Yeah,
like,
everybody up there wants to keep all their trade secrets so they can stay on top.
Scared of irrelevancy. That name's like
they're scared of some competition.
Bro, up there.
They're scared of some competition. That's what it really is. They're pussy. They're fake. They ain't really about it. They're comfortable. They if they were really hungry, if they were really about it, they'd be able to tell everyone exactly how it is to do what it is you do, and then still be like, yeah, but it's not that you're not gonna make it because I don't believe in you. It's that you're not gonna make it because this shit ain't for the weak. Like this shit ain't for the faint of heart.
Did you see Kai Cenat's stream he just did? The 7 days in jail.
No.
He somehow, bro. I don't know how he got like a jail, and he had like Drewski come in there. He had, Ray, he had a whole bunch of people.
I heard about that.
And it was 7 days, and it was actually pretty dope. They had like cameras in each of the cell and shit, and they did like games, and there was like arguments and shit. But it was dope. It was a really cool stream.
Yeah.
Like fuck it. Probably took a lot of work to go into that one.
Yeah, exactly. And imagine having to get all those cameras and get them all placed.
No, but see, that's my thing. Is like, you
gotta be in there for 7 days.
It doesn't even matter like what level you're at. Like people think, oh, it's just easy because you're at that level. But like at the end of the day, like you still gotta put in hard work. You still gotta put in dedication and commitment and time.
Mr. Beast just built wells in Africa.
I saw that.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Dude, that video literally had 75 million views in 4 days.
Good. He deserves every bit of those 74 million shit. That's hard. I seen people were pissed that he was like making content out of it, and I'm like, well, listen, like that just pays for it. The money's gotta come from fucking somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's probably his top video right now on YouTube.
It might be.
He has like ones that are like 142 million.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like Squid Games. I know those ones are huge.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think like my thing is like, okay, so you look at it like, okay, even if you have the money, you still have to put in the time and the effort. Like I think like that's what people like they don't want to talk about. So like my thing is like, okay, so like let's say I was in a position to where like I was able to have all the camera equipment and like I was able to have all that stuff like and I wanted to do something just like that, like 7 days in like a hospital or something in an abandoned hospital. Like you still need the manpower. Like and that's the thing I struggle with around in this area. It is so hard to corral people, to get people all wanting to actually do something. But then what I've noticed is in this area is as soon as people get together and do something, they fucking love it. And it's like one of the best things in the world and they don't have any regret. So I just don't understand like why people are so like just unincentivized.
Well, the hard part is people are so bitter here. Well, like, I don't want to put on any bitter motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Not to sound self-centered or nothing, but like Bay City. There's people that probably be doing shit for their own gain in a group, but just faking that shit.
I honestly think that like, and then here's another thing I want to talk about too, because like it's really because now I have friends to talk about it with, because I've talked about this on the podcast before, but like now I have you guys like to bounce it off of. I genuinely don't like, and I disagree with the notion of like, you see the videos of like it's like, oh, like you need to cut out people in your life and you need to focus on yourself and be quiet, do this and that. And I'm like okay, like I get it, like I understand like what they're trying to like promote with like focus.
Some people are harmful and damaging to you, like name dropping like Vinny, like stealing shit around,
right? No,
stuff
absolutely,
like that.
absolutely.
But I also see some of the like bigwig CEOs, and I feel like they had friends that wanted different things and they couldn't accept that. So they're like, well, fuck it, I can't be around you at all. If you're not a part of my business or with me doing my shit, I don't want you in my life.
And thank you. I'm glad you brought that up, because like for me, like a lot of those big people, like I feel like they're a little like self-centered, like egotistical. And like and my thing when they and you'll see that and those will be the type of people that say like, man, if they ain't worth more than 5 seconds, cut them. Like if they ain't this and that and this and that and I just, it's really hard for me because like for all you watching, like I've known both of these homies for like literally 16 years. Like you don't get to that level by keeping shit to yourself, keeping it dormant, trying to just fester everything on your own. You have to have communication, confrontation. You have to be able to confide. You have to be able to move forward. As my counselor says, you got to be able to feel, deal, and heal.
Ooh,
that's what she says.
That's cool.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Feel, deal, and heal.
Triple threat.
Yep. So she says that, and she says, Sean, don't forget to feel, deal, and heal. And you have to go through that with people. And like I wouldn't want it any other way. What I actually concluded through it is that those same people that are telling you to cut people out and that it makes you a stronger person to be on your own are actually the weaker ones. Because they're not strong enough. Yes, they can't deal with criticism. They can't even deal with with how much strength and effort goes into building a relationship. And whether it's with your friends or with a spouse or anything, even with just a business partner or just even a colleague, their only concern is not even the customer. They'll say it's the customer. It's just a gaslit and overlay, so that what they're really meaning is the profit. The profit, because the customer is who gives the cash.
Galatians 6.
So they don't really care.
If you think you are too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important.
Ooh, I like that.
Yep. If you do wrong to those who were good to you, you will have trouble the rest of your life. Proverbs 17.
Ooh. Nice.
The person who has knowledge says very little, and the person with understanding stays calm. Proverbs 17.
I love Proverbs, bro.
I can't even pronounce that. Eccles. Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, maybe. The more you argue, the more useless it is. You gain nothing at all by arguing. Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was pretty much. Yeah.
Ecclesiastes. That's how it's pronounced. Ecclesiastes. I was trying to figure it out.
If you talk a lot, you are sure to sin. If you are wise, you will keep quiet.
Right. And I agree that there's power in silence, but I don't think that you should make your whole life about just
staying silent. Yeah, I feel like that's more in a time of like hardship and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people have really overdone the whole idea of staying in your own lane. I think people have just blown it out of proportion.
Working 9 to 5.
Yeah,
and stay in their own house and don't hang out with nobody.
And then do everything on your own grind, your own hustle. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy being able to share my thoughts with my friends and then them getting excited and showing love and support, and then me getting like, that's awesome, because I couldn't imagine.
Makes your thoughts better too.
Absolutely.
Not to like iron sharpens iron.
It does. That's what I say. Yeah, as iron sharpens iron, so does one man sharpen another.
I've had some shitty ideas to where I sounds good to myself, and then I bring it up to somebody, and they're like, "Nah, that's not it." And it's like, okay, I see what you mean.
Or they just tweak it a little bit and make it so much better. I mean, like same thing with the podcast. I had to be able to be willing and humble to be like, okay,
Open
guys, how could I make this better? And then Lewis was like, hey, I think tighten the green screen, pull the table out a little bit, rewire your stuff.
Oh, I didn't even see that it was pulled out now.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
So it's pulled out, rewired the things so they're all hidden behind the legs and you can't see them. It's seamless. And then so I was just like, just stuff like that. And and it's just like that's what's so weird to me because like I see those men and I see how great they are alone, and it just actually genuinely makes me wonder how much greater they would actually be if they actually had a legion, a group of people. Like the only people that I see that actually genuinely promote that are wealthy, successful, and that are up at the top of the game, and that genuinely promote family, love, positivity, brotherhood, and constant connectivity and just wholesomeness is Andrew Tate. I don't see really anybody else like doing that. There's this other guy I watch, and he has like reddish blonde hair and a blonde goatee, and he looks like a businessman, and he's just.
Is he ripped?
Yeah, I think he's fit. And
he might be one of Tate's buddies.
I don't know. He just reminds me of just like a exact thing, just like a loner, just by yourself, like just that. And like I'm not intimidated by people like that because like for me it just makes me know that I
know like a lot of people like that, not necessarily like the family, like your Tates, but like the people who are just so like self-centered and shit. Like I just know they're scumbags.
Well, my thing is this is why I'm not intimidated by someone like that because I know at the end of the day, if push comes to shove, if I was hanging off an edge, you'd think twice. Mm-hmm. And this is real life, homie. We don't got time to think twice about actual people's lives.
Yep.
There is real consequences, cause and effect. Yeah. That second you hesitate, I'm gone. Yeah. And like this is bigger than yourself. This is outside of yourself. This is more than what you think you are. This is about the purpose of why we're here on this earth. I think that for me, like, it's like, ooh, like it makes my blood boil because it's like these people are somehow influencers. These people are the people that are reaching the mass amount of people, and yet they're just feeding it just this.
You ever look at an iPhone factory?
No.
Sweatshop workers. That's what really gets me when I see like big companies and they're mass producing shit and they won't even pay the actual money for it. Yeah. They get it done for cheaper in a country to where they can get 10-year-olds to work for cents. And,
right.
Yeah.
Imagine if Apple was actually like made in America and you could get paid $15, $18 for working in a factory there.
Yep.
An hour.
They got all the money in the world
to
build a factory. Dude, but they won't.
Yeah, exactly. Because why do they care about that? They want more quarterly profits.
Yep.
They're wondering how big their bonus is.
More money, more monopoly, more shit they can build, more shit they can do, more companies they can invest in. They don't give a fuck about the world. That's just paper.
And it's so
Same
unfortunate.
Same with the stock market, bro. Same with the stock market. Bro.
Yep.
There are literally people in the stock market who would be ruining people's lives just to get a commission bonus.
Yep. They pull all their money out, and then now you're left, and the $60,000 that someone conned you into dumping into that company is now worth $1,000 if you're lucky.
Yeah, literally, and you ain't got nothing to show for it, and he's just.
And he's rich. He pulled all his money out.
I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're lucky if you get an apology, shit.
Yeah. I guess you'll be crying in the back seat of my freaking Lamborghini Aventador.
Fuck, bro.
Those are the people.
That's why, dude, I'm not gonna cap. I don't want to go to LA.
No, neither do I.
When you guys go, I might stay back.
Well, there's two things. One
is I think that's fucking hell on earth.
No, for real. Well, I mean, that's kind of why I want to go. I want to set my feet on the soil. I want to impact it. I want the light that is within me to resonate out of it. And but other than that,
place beyond saving.
No, for real. Well,
dude, they literally.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Sodom and Gomorrah, we're beyond saving.
Yeah, literally.
But it's not about the place. It's about the people. Because even Lot was saved. Even true. Lot and his wife and his children were saved. So so that's the moral of the story. It's not. It's about the people, and you just got to remember that Papa said something good today in church, and he's like, I try not to assume that anybody that I meet's not a Christian. He's like, even if they got tattoos, they got ear piercings, or they're swearing like a sailor. He's like, I just always try to bring it back to God and just say, you know, like, praise the Lord or just whatever. And he's like, sometimes it just throws them off because people will just think that, like, they just think that you're not like that, or they think that you think that they're not like that. So it's just like, it's just this barrier of awkwardness or just inability to just talk about it. But then you say something like that, and now they're just like, oh, I believe in that too, or like I understand that, like, or like I get that. But it's like we need to stop being so afraid to own our faith. I really do. I really do think so. I think we need to be more.
Well, that's where it gets
ownive.
That's where it gets tricky too, because even I notice a lot of Christians even like. They're so quick to belittle another person's religion. It's
I
like
know,
I
it's
wouldn't.
sickening.
Yeah,
and I understand why people turn away from the faith. Like I really do. We talk about it all the time in the church about how the church is supposed to be the sanctuary, and the church is supposed to be a safe haven that lifts up one another as members. That's why we say, "Come as you are." You know, and it's not us who said that. God said, "Come as you are." So it's like, who are we to judge? Who are we to shut the doors and to cast out?
I would like to think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like. Because God judges your heart, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So, like, if you believed in something that necessarily wasn't, like, you were lied to, but you still believed in, like, the message, and you had it in your heart of a one creator world and, like,
absolutely.
all his being, I think he'll allow forgiveness
well,
in
absolutely.
a lot of those people who are unaware of it,
right.
but still in faith.
Well, I definitely think that there's definitely like going into like as you said, like, yeah, those people like are gonna burn. Like I definitely think that there's definitely levels to it, because it says there's levels in hell. And like I genuinely like to believe that some of those people that are like in like purposely doing it and like intently and constantly just trying to just plague the world, follow Satan, spread his disease, I genuinely think that they are going to burn in the lowest parts of hell. I like to think so, and I like to think it's worse there, like because it has to be. Well, why would there be levels if it didn't get excruciating?
Well, that's why I thought levels of heaven.
Yeah, there is too. Yeah. There is levels of heaven. Yeah. It says in the Bible that there's 3 levels of heaven.
So there's gotta be benefits of something.
Yeah,
but I don't know what those.
I think that if you wholeheartedly follow Jesus, if you not even follow Jesus, let's say this. I think that if you do what it says in the Bible, you believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah, he died on the cross for your sins, through being atoned for our sins, that no way else can we get through heaven except through him alone, that he is the bridge, the pathway between us and the Heavenly Father, and that through faith through him alone, that we are saved through salvation, through his sacrifice, and no other way. I think that people who believe that and live a life according to that, like I genuinely think that those people are like up there. Like those are like the people that are like
Papa Nano.
Like up in the highest courtrooms, and like the people who at least in the second. But then you got those people who really followed God, who like went out and like the disciples, the apostles, and I think that those people might even be those people might be like in like the highest room, and then I think that the people that are gonna be in like the lowest level, are gonna be people who don't believe until after they see
the rapture.
You're like the rapture, right? Yeah. Like the people who don't take the mark of the sin, they take the mark of the beast, and then like after the 7 years of the tribulation, they just still get raptured up.
Dude, I don't understand how like when the world's falling apart like that and all those demons are out eating people and shit, there's still gonna be people that deny it.
They said that the heavens will literally be cracked open in 2, and you will literally be able to look up at the glory of God.
It's a sunspot,
and people will still deny it. Could you imagine looking up and literally seeing Jesus? That's all we've ever wanted, just to see the magnitude of the beauty, and then to look at it and just to be like,
nah,
yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, like, this is fake, or this is still wrong.
Could you imagine being that desensitized? Dude, it's just a hologram at the projection.
What's the army they said are gonna raise of like 200 million troops or something? Dude, it's gonna have an army of 200 million people.
Yeah, isn't it that try to invade Israel?
I think it's like the world, like the army against like everybody else. I could be wrong. It might be the ones who go against Israel, but I know somewhere there's an army of 200 million people, and it's a lot.
And I know that China just confirmed that they have about an army size of 200 million people.
So yeah, speculating that China is going to be the one to
push in and to do it. And China has the manpower. I mean, they have literally 1.2 billion.
If you
China
think about
and Russia
it,
would fucking spank us.
Yeah, they would.
I hate to admit it.
I don't know. Russia's military is getting fucking dogged by Ukraine right now. They're getting absolutely fucking embarrassed.
But how much money did we send to them? We could have bought the whole country of Africa.
Exactly.
That's how much money.
And
we
it's
sent.
crazy to think that we don't make money moves like that.
But then you think that that's us, and you think China and Russia put together. Yes, they are a formidable like bunch together because they have manpower, but we have technology. we have missiles that are capable of absolutely stunting their aircraft. We have F-35s that can shoot land-to-air missiles out in orbit.
Have you seen China's nuclear subs though?
Yeah,
those are dangerous,
dude.
They could take out the whole coastline in probably fucking
seconds. But that's the thing. It was, I think it was, they had a test where they had an F-35 shoot down a cruise missile in mid-flight, and hit it.
Yeah, I don't know how we got that heat-seeking technology, and like we can lock onto missiles with other missiles and blow them out of the air.
Yeah, literally. Like
the Iron Dome that Israel has.
Yeah.
Craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
Craziest shit. You can watch like thousands of missiles come down, and they're just getting shot out of the sky. Yeah.
It's literally just getting shot. Just crazy.
The one thing that
I know. I'm glad we live in the right country with the A. We live in the right A country. We live in America, not Africa.
Yeah, literally, bro. Because honestly, that's the only lottery we should have.
Not Australia. Not against Australia. I'm not dealing with them fucking bugs. I'm not dealing with the spider that's bigger than my hand. You see how big my hand is?
Or like, Sean, waking up, going to take a shit, and there's a snake in your toilet.
And that's when I off myself.
Tiger, lions. Yeah, dude, you don't even got water, so you gotta walk a couple miles down the jungle and just hope you're not gonna get snatched up and taken up a 30-foot tree by a fucking tiger by your neck.
Yeah, and that's why they're just like, that's why when you see those videos in like Africa where they're just like they prank their friends and they're just like tiger and they run and everyone just cries.
Yeah, bro. I seen this video. These kids were in like this rice field around this like stick structure, like this house. And this dude was recording, snuck up and made like a crazy noise. And this kid was so shocked, he just started crying. Like thought he was dead, thought he was lunch, and it was over.
Those kind of countries, that's what happens. You make the wrong move, you don't.
They get taken off their bikes in the morning on the way to work.
Yeah,
by
literally,
tigers.
Literally, that would be a terrible place to live in, and that's why I'm so glad to live in America, bro.
And I'm glad not only to live in America, I'm glad to live in a good part of America. I'm glad to live in the mitten. And if you don't know what that is, then you slacking. Y'all got to come here to Bay City, the 989, the capital of Izzy Production. You can come find me. I'm easy to find. You can come knock on my door and I'll hang out with you.
And plus,
gotta stay out of the ghettos.
Michigan's just like a beautiful place to be around.
It is.
Oh, bro, the 4 seasons, bro, it's mint. It'll change your life.
You go up in the fall. You go up north in the fall. I swear to God, it's nothing. It's unlike anything you've ever seen.
I know, bro.
Trees for miles, just.
Dude, I went
just the untapped
orange,
wildlife, bro. It's crazy.
I went to the UP around like the fall last year to help. We took AJ Burger's
Even in the
Duramax.
It's great.
Ooh.
And yeah, we helped Ryan move, and there was like big ass mines in the UP, like old mines.
Yep.
And cops do routine checks there because bodies get dumped
down
there and shit. Yeah.
My grandpa, my great grandpa, he that lives in the UP. He lived by abandoned mine, and he used to take us to it when we used to go and visit him. I have like old copper.
That's cool.
Really?
Yeah, that I found.
Damn.
Yep.
Damn.
That's legendary.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hell yeah.
It's like all green and whatnot.
All weathered.
Yeah, it's all weathered and green and stuff. You can like fold copper on itself. It has like its tension strength.
Did you know?
Yeah, because it's raw copper.
Yeah,
the Statue of Liberty used to be fucking shined copper.
Yeah, it used
now
to
it's
be
green.
Yeah, because it's technically
oxidized.
it's rusted.
You would think, okay, there's two things. One, you would think there'd be a way to clean it and or reverse it.
Well, there is.
Electromagnetic pulse.
Well, basically
Giant lasers.
Yeah, either that or there was something that they were doing with the Camaro that I thought was really cool. and it's basically like electrolysis but without water. So you have two diodes that go from one side to the other.
They do that at Dalen.
Yep, they do it at Dalen.
Yeah,
it's rust proofing. What it does is it sends an electromagnetic pulse through your car's paint.
Yeah,
every like 10 seconds.
Every 10 seconds.
Yeah, and
then
it eats rust.
It eats rust because rust has to
it
like
won't allow it to form.
Yeah, it won't because it has to like
everything.
be like a negative iodine and it has to be a positive iodine and it'll shoot it through with like a negative.
But then you think,
pot and like
how much
would you have to shoot the Statue of Liberty with?
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to shoot it with
10 Tesla batteries.
Yeah, exactly, and that would
Everyone
take
inside
so
gets
much
fried.
power. Yeah, they would definitely have to have people like out of there because
You would have to only be able to run it at night.
The static shock alone could probably reach fucking 10 feet from the Statue of Liberty. At
absolutely.
least. At
Yeah,
least.
absolutely. Yeah.
Shocks the water.
It'd be
fucking
like a
kills
real-
all
No, the fish.
Just freaking. Hey, at least the fishermen will be rich that day.
Yeah, no, for real.
Going and grabbing some fish.
Just take a net and just.
They won't even have to cook it or nothing. It's
No,
just all done.
It's already done.
Look at Cat Boys. I got the cottons doing.
Alright, now I was just gonna say, alrighty, guys. I think that is where we are gonna leave it today.
I'm sorry, I had to do it.
Where's it at? The applause. So yes, I really do appreciate all y'all stopping by. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. We're gonna try to do this every Sunday. Just so y'all know, every Sunday. Gage already knows, so I mean, you don't have to make it every Sunday if you can't.
Yeah.
But if always feel free. There's always an open microphone. Had a really good time with you. Thank you guys for being on here.
Oh,
Thank you,
dude,
Gage.
it was awesome
Yeah,
being here.
no,
bro.
it was
Thanks for having me.
a good
bro,
podcast.
it was a really good
Went back
podcast.
quick.
I feel like it was really action packed. So I really hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content. And until next time, this has been Real Talk Podcast.
Doses.
Doses.